Hey, Conscious Habit listeners. My goal is to help support you on your journey of discovering how to live from your highest and most fulfilled self at home and at work. And in that vein, I have some thoughts I'd like to share with you today. So meditate on this. So a few months ago, I had my son, Braxton, who is a freshman in college, on Conscious Conversations. And if you're not familiar with what that is, it's a series that we've been doing live in the PFN community. We've got a Conscious Habit, kind of like a sub-community in there, and we go live on Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. Eastern, and we have these different conversations. And I asked my son, Braxton, actually proud parent moment. He mentioned to me on a random car ride, he's like, a goal that I have, Mom, is to be on your podcast. And I'm like, wow, okay, done. Let's do it. So we decided to do a live conversation, and it was about the challenges or just what it's like to be a Gen Z. And what is it that parents could know, or people who are leading Gen Z could know, that might help them connect better or just understand their perspective. And something he mentioned really stuck out to me. I asked him, who do people your age look up to? Who are they following? Like, who's the guiding light, I guess, if you will? And he said, probably the person with the most views. And it really hit me that one of the skill sets that I think we are often missing this day and age, and it doesn't even have to be Gen Z. I think it could be many other generations, but it is the skill set of discernment, of knowing what is really for me, no matter whose mouth it is coming out of. How do I judge it against the insight and the wisdom in my own mind and in my own body? And I've been guilty of this. There have been times in my life where there are different areas of, like health, wellness, fitness, finances, whatever, like fill in the blank, right? Where we look for outside sources to tell us what we need to do. Somebody just tell me what to eat. Somebody just tell me what vitamins I need to take. Somebody just tell me what workout program I need to do. And I just want to be bossed around and I want to follow it. And sometimes it works for me. And other times I've realized that I am doing somebody else's version of what works, and it does not always translate. And think about all areas of life, right? I think it's very easy in health and wellness. I have been, I don't want to say scammed, but I have been easily influenced into buying whatever latest and greatest vitamin is supposed to solve all of your world's problems, right? And yeah, it's just so helpful and so important to learn how to tap into our own discernment instead of looking for truth out of someone else's mouth, to come back into ourselves and say, how does that sit with me? And so some ways that we can do that is by making friends with your body. Your body holds so much truth, so much wisdom. Your subconscious and unconscious responses exist within your body. And there's times that we can complicate our answers in our mind because our mind, as I've said many times, is the least reliable source for truth. The mind can find evidence that can talk us into or out of anything, but our body, there is some really good wisdom that exists there. So if you're looking to tap into deeper discernment, one of the things I would suggest that you do is just sit quietly and notice what's happening in your body. Are you leaning a little into it? Are you leaning forward? Are you leaning back? One of the ways that I test this is I might say, my name is Amy, and obviously my body's going to lean forward to that. Then I might say, my name is Loretta. By the way, my husband, that's his favorite made-up name is Loretta. I might say, my name is Loretta. And then, you know what? It's not my name. So I guarantee my body's going to lean backwards a little bit. And just kind of testing with discernment. Does my body want to lean into this, saying yes, more? Or is it leaning away, like, no, thank you? And you may know this already, but your body language speaks before your mind does. This is why there are body language experts out there. They can see the disconnect that might often happen between what's coming out of our mouth and what's happening in our body with our micro movements and micro expressions. So if we can be connected to that, we can be more deeply connected with what is likely true within us. So for some, it may be a movement in the body. For others, it may just be this gut feeling, a gut feeling of yes, or a gut feeling of no. And that feeling that can come in, that intuition can come in very quickly. And often what we'll do is we'll override it, right? And we'll go in and we'll go to the mind and we'll try and find evidence. And so then we lose our instinct because we're trying to back it up with somebody else's data outside of us. So learning to make friends with your body. And by the way, sidebar a little bit, I'd be curious, what is your relationship with your body? Mine has not always been great. I feel like I have punished my body in different ways. I have pointed out every flaw that it has. I have compared it against flawless, airbrushed bodies online. And I think as women, we have been slowly molded to learn how to not trust our bodies. And yet, no matter who you are, man, woman, however you identify, our bodies are designed to keep us alive. They're designed to take care of us, even when we're sick. It's fighting so hard to make us well. It's doing everything. A fever is proof that our body loves us. And so, of course, it knows what's best for us. Look at how it operates in our highest good every single day. I think other ways that we can tap into our discernment of what works for us is knowing what's important to us. What do we value? If we aren't really clear on our values, we easily adopt the values of other people. And then we end up just making decisions on whoever's voice sounds the greatest at that time. And we really lose us. We lose our own sense of direction. We lose our own sense of right and wrong. And we are our own compass. I put a post not long ago out on LinkedIn that said, "You are your own guru." By the way, if we're not connected on LinkedIn, please come find me. Let's follow one another. But you are your own guru. You don't need someone outside of you to guide you. Now, is it helpful to have coaches or consultants or friends, people we learn from? Absolutely, because they can unlock a deeper wisdom within us, but they are not the way you are. You are your own guru. And so take a moment and consider, is there an area in your life where maybe you've trusted somebody else's insight more than your own? One where maybe you feel a little lost or a little uncertain. There's times that it could be our health, as we've talked about before. Maybe it's our spiritual path. Maybe we were raised to believe something specific and we've just followed along with what somebody else told us. And maybe it's time that we really learn what that relationship truly looks like for us. Maybe it's your career. Have you made career decisions that were for other people? Maybe to make them happy or not let them down. Maybe so that they would be proud of you, or so that you could check a certain box that you were told you were supposed to check in order to be successful. It is never too late to turn within, to be curious and to ask yourself, what do I desire? What do I want? What is right for me? Because there is not one single person on this planet who lives your life except for you. What a gift.